All right, we are back, and we are now on the girls' side of the pitch. We have the three girls' soccer coaches with us now, from left to right. Hamilton West, Stacy Priestley, you know, that's hard to say. Jess Belmont, and Mike Stinger Hastings. Quite a crew we have here, and we're going to start off with you, Stace. You're coming off of a 4-win season, and you lost a few players, but I think the good news is you returned Kyara Castro-Gamboa, who led your team with 9 goals last year.
Yep.
Tell us a little about her and what she's going to bring to the table.
She's been our leading scorer, and I don't have very many forwards this year, so I'm happy to have her back. Hello.
There you go.
Sorry. So I know she's very excited to continue. Last year she was really upset she didn't get over 10 goals. Every year she sets another goal for herself. So she's a junior this year. She's definitely matured over the last 2 years as she's been playing. She is just such a speedster for us. She just has all the power in the world as long as she can control it, and that's one thing that we continue to work on with her. So just making sure that she finds placement in her goals versus just looking for strength.
Right.
So she has speed, and she's able to take on any opponent. It's just being able to use her other players around her to be able to put the ball in the back of the net. But she's definitely going to be a threat for us this year.
Yeah, I mean, and last year she's only a sophomore, so like you said, you got to control her a little bit. But,
Yeah.
you know, a year's experience, she's now a junior, and maybe that'll come down a little bit. She gives you a scorer to build around. How do you build around her? Who are some of the players that we should be watching in this year, and who are some of the girls that are going to distribute the ball to her or score?
So I'm looking to change our formation a little bit based on, obviously, the girls that we have. I'm moving one of my midfielders up to a forward because I know that the two of them work very well together. So I have Aaliyah Torres, who was one of my center mids. So I'm now moving her up to a forward, and we're going to hope that the two of them, they always have worked really well together on the field, being back and forth between the forward and the mid position. So having her up top, we're lacking a lot of other forwards, so we're just going to continue to make changes to see what works and what doesn't. But right now, Aaliyah is definitely someone who can put the ball in the back of the net for us too. So I'm going to try to have her up top, and hopefully the two of them can work well together to put some in the back of the net for us.
Okay. How about the other end of the field? How do you look defensively?
Defensively, I still have Autumn Orders back there, so she has always been our rock back there. So luckily we have her returning as a captain for us last year. She's now a senior, so she'll still be back there. Again, I'm making a couple other changes. Brielle Cruzen was also someone who was stable for us in the center of the field last year. I'm going to also move her back on defense to keep her in the back, so hopefully that will work out well for us. But I do have a lot of my returning defenders, so with them. And then I also have Domisha Joseph. She was a center mid for us last year. So I have a lot of seniors and 3 or 4 year varsity players that are returning that can hopefully hold down the fort for us.
All right, sounds pretty good. I mean, you've had a couple tough years. I mean, can you see a step forward this year? Does it look optimistic?
I'm hoping so. I mean, I know the girls have the potential to do it. They always have. It's just, they've put in all the hard work all summer. We've had a good first week of tryouts. So, now it's just putting the pieces together and figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and hopefully we can find ways to put ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I would think if you could get a couple wins early and build some confidence in them, that could really make a big difference.
Once they get the momentum going and they can see the potential that I keep trying to tell them that they have, I think that it'll come. It's just a matter of getting there.
Right. All right, thanks, Stace. Now we move on to Ms. Belmont. First of all, Jess, congratulations on giving birth to your new little girl over the past year. That's I have seen her. She's quite adorable. All right, Mom, let's go back to your last year first. It was your first season at the helm. You led Nottingham to 9 wins, a berth in the state in your first year. That was a great job. What did you learn about yourself last year, and how much more prepared are you for this season after what you went through last year?
I learned a lot. I mean, that was my first year as a head coach at the varsity level, really feeding off of the assistant coaches, some who are new to soccer but have been there in the coaching position in other sports, taking advice from them, and listening to the girls, seeing what they're seeing out in the field, taking suggestions from them, advice from them, and kind of forming it into our own thing.
Right. And so you feel a lot more, even though you did a good job this year, you feel more confident in what you can do this year as a coach, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely put in a little bit more work to get us ready for preseason and going into the season. So that was stuff that I worked on, on the side behind the scenes, fitness-wise and ball work-wise and everything like that.
Okay. Now you lose a big loss in Bridget Cuddy, who scored 19 goals last year. But her sister Maggie's back. Maggie had 6 goals herself, 14 assists. I think she kind of deferred from scoring to set up her sister. Do you expect to see her kind of increase those goals this year?
Yeah, I definitely expect her to take control in the middle for us. She sees the field really well, and she does rely on the people around her. She's not afraid to give the ball up for other people to score, but she will also look to rip the ball herself.
Okay. Also back, Ava McDonald. She got a year of experience in goal. What have you seen in her as far as improvement or anything like that?
Just looking for her to really take control in the back.
Yep.
Using her voice back there, directing players. I think she is becoming more confident in herself back there, and definitely sees the field well, so she uses that to her advantage while she's back there, but definitely some growth over the years.
How about anybody else we should be on the lookout for? You're looking to step up and contribute?
I mean, I'm looking 19 goals from Bridget last year is she's definitely a big loss. So I'm looking for someone or a few people to step up into that role and put the ball in the back of the net for us. We have a couple of freshmen that will be joining us on the varsity level this year, one being Alex, who will probably see some midfield time for us. But we also have...
Does Alex have a last name?
McLaughlin. Sorry, Alex McLaughlin.
I thought she was like Cher.
But we also have Vic Smolka, who's returner. She plays center back for us, who's super strong back there. Her and Ava work really well together. And we also have like Jocelyn Castaldo and Lily Jacobs, Jamison Thornton, all returning defenders and everything that's going to help us out.
All right. So what are you looking at this year? I mean, you took a jump up to a couple wins last year. You got to the States. Are you looking for more improvement? You think you can get better this year, or how do you look at it?
I think we'll be pretty strong. I think we'll be able to compete. Like I said, really looking for someone to step up to put the ball in the back of the net, but still kind of figuring things out, seeing where the returners and as well as the new girls, how they kind of mesh together and where everyone's gonna play this year.
All fun, all part of the fun of coaching, huh? All right, Stinger, well, it's good to see you again, buddy.
Always a pleasure, Fish.
Yes, always a pleasure. I want to thank you for all the nice things you said about me back in April at the banquet.
You know.
Yeah, you know. I paid you well for
exactly.
that. Anyway, your Spartans coming off a very rare losing season, 9-10-2. Scoring was a big problem last year. How are you going to improve that this season?
Oh, we have one of our injured players back, Irene Jackman, who tore ACL last year in our 6th practice. You know, that was our big thing. We lost 3 starters last year to ACL injuries last year. So having her back up on that front line is definitely going to help us, at least create scoring opportunities for this team. Yeah.
Okay. Who else are you looking at?
We are young. We have 3 seniors. That's it. Allie McCarthy, Sam Gray, and Naomi Gray. So I have 7 freshmen on varsity, 7 sophomores, 7 juniors. So here we go. So, but there's talent there. Can they mesh enough going through this year? We had our first scrimmage today. We took our lumps against a very good Cinnaminson team, but I think in the long run that's just going to make us better going forward. We're challenging them to be better every day, and I think there's potential for people to put the ball in the back of the net.
With all this youth, is there one area of the field that you would consider your strength?
I would say our attacking line got a lot better with our freshmen. Yeah, there's some talent up top. Ava Prodosimo, Caitlin Medino, Abby Baylog. These are kids that are coming right in and getting time. And I think there's going to be some more. So we have 2 really good classes back to back. That's going to promote this team to be better.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like I said to one of the other guys in the first segment, some of these girls are good. They've just been waiting their opportunity to step up and get in there. And Steiner has such a winning tradition. I mean, are the girls that are back, is there a bit of a chip on their shoulder?
Oh, yeah. They were out every day during the summer in our training. They were there for 7v7s at TCNJ. They're ready. That's kind of something that we've been talking about quite a bit. We don't, accept mediocrity, so it's time to kind of step it up a little bit in training sessions and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The saying is you don't rebuild, you reload. Some teams have to rebuild. I mean, do you reload or do you?
I'm hoping. I think this team has the ability to do that. And all I'm asking them, and I said this today after our scrimmage, I go, I want to be better tomorrow, and then I want to be better the next day, and I want to be better the next day. What happens, that happens. We can't control what the other teams do. We can control what we do, and that's all I'm asking for them, to being better every day.
Right. So we look at the overall picture. What is this team capable of?
I hope we get back on the map. I hope we, scoring was our detriment. We were in every game last year. We win 1-0. We would lose 1-0, lose 2-1. It's just can we get over that hump? That's all I'm asking the girls, is just to dig in a little deeper at training. Get on each other, hold each other accountable a little bit harder. And then in the long run, we'll see what happens.
How were the sub-varsity JV and freshman teams? Were they good?
Yeah, good season. Yeah, so we have some nice players coming up for us. And it's just going to be a group effort. And we have enough players where I think I can put them all in the field, and I think the level of play will not go down. I'm hoping it's going up.
All right, well, we want to thank you guys for stopping by and wish you the best of luck. Stace, good luck this year. Yep, thank you. And
thanks, Fish. We love you, buddy.
Yeah, you guys are
Hall of Famer, Rich Fisher, guys.